Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of the suicidal maniac.
Rainfall, handling rainfall, nimble straps, pouring down the rain.
So the first event of the day was 3x3 round 1. I ended up getting 11.23 average and a 9.07 single. I was really mad with the average because it was a sub 11 fail, which was my goal for the competition, but the single was pretty nice. I wasn't really mad because I knew I would have 2 more chances to get a good average, but it's still pretty disappointing.
That was professional right there.
I'm practicing for 2x2. Okay, disregard this time. I was trying to roll it and I didn't, but I just got a 160 average of 5. Like, what the heck? Hold on, let me show you these counting times. There are the scrambles if you guys want to try them. There we go. 160, 167, 152. I was freaking out on the last solve and I didn't fail. That's awesome.
So next was 2x2 round 1. I ended up getting a 3.34 average and a 2.51 single. The scrambles were pretty bad, so I guess the average was decent for what the scrambles were like. But I ended up getting a 1 flat DNF, which was really frustrating. I was really mad. But looking back at it, I don't really want to be known as that kid with a good 2x2 single. So I mean, I guess it was fine.
8 seconds. Put the cube down.
So next was square 1 finals. I ended up getting a 14.5 average and a 13.23 single. The average had 4 out of 5 parodies, which was pretty annoying. I've improved a little bit since this comp, but at the time this average was pretty good for me. As you will see at the end, if I had not +2'd that last solve, it would have been a sub 14 average, so I was pretty mad. This average was also the winning average, and I was really happy with that, so I celebrated with some lunch.
We can show you the venue. So it's basically a part of this like preparatory church thingy. I don't even know. We'll look at the sign, but basically, and it's like, and it connects to this, and it's kind of like a conference thingy, and there are 3 floors, and we're on the top. It's the Church of the Good Shepherd. Yeah. Esophageal?
Esophageal, I guess, I don't know.
We're stupid.
So the next event was 3x3 round 2, which I actually lost the footage for. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what happened to the footage. I remember filming my solves, but they're not on my SD card, so whatever. But I ended up getting a 10.93 average, which was my first ever sub 11 average, and a 10.11 single. The single wasn't that great, honestly, but I mean, that pretty much shows that the average was pretty consistent. It did have a counting 11, which was kind of bad, but I was still really happy with it. So the next event was Pyraminx, and I ended up getting a 4.32 average and a 2.81 single. The average was PB by like 0.04, so I was really happy with that. I wasn't expecting to break my PB average. And the 2.81 single was really unexpected. It was a really nice execution, and I'm really happy with it. Wasn't PB, but what are you gonna do? After that was 3x3 one-handed, and I ended up getting a 20.56 average and a 17.06 single. The average was a sub 20 fail, but I mean, I'm satisfied with my average in comp, so I wasn't that mad with it. The 17 single was really nice though. I'm pretty happy with it. This average unfortunately was 4th, but I mean the 3rd place average was 19.34, so I wasn't expecting to get sub that. Also, huge congrats to McLean for podiuming. So the next event was 2x2 final, and I ended up getting a 3.09 average and a 2.55 single. Again, scrambles were pretty bad. The average was like okay for the scrambles. I might be wrong on this, but I don't think I one-looked any of them. Although this average was pretty mediocre for me, it did end up getting first, so I was really happy with that. So the last event of the day was 3x3 final, and I was really happy with my results. Going into this, it was the last event of the day, and I was pretty tired, so my expectations were pretty low. My first solve was a 9.72, and I was pretty happy with that. And then I got a 9.90, so I was like, okay, sweet, accounting 9. My next solve is a 6.73, which was 0.13 away from overall PB single. I was really happy with it. It was a really nice X cross and solution overall. Did have a G perm, but I didn't really care because mine was pretty smooth. And then I got 1107, which I mean would have been disappointed if it was counting, but it was still guaranteed PB average, so I was happy. And then I got 1045. I got really nervous on the 1045. So the R perm wasn't as fast as it could have been. It definitely could have been a sub 10 average, but I'm still super happy with that. It's much better than what I average at home. So I was like freaking out. It did end up getting me 3rd place, which is the first time I've ever podiumed in 3x3. So that's really awesome. So overall, this was a great competition. We were basically on schedule or ahead of it the entire time, so that was really nice. Shout out to all the organizers and delegates for making this competition possible, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.